So it's super fun at this age. I love giving exams to my Form 1 kiddos. It's just so fun because they love to talk about what they know and have mom's undivided attention. And so they will just go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Sometimes I'm like, okay, because they're just so excited to tell me everything they know about Robin Hood or whatever it is we've been learning about. So one of the really cool ideas, my friend Shay, who you all probably, if you're in the Facebook group, she answers a lot of y'all's questions because she's amazing. But one of the things she did that I was like, oh, that's so cool. She had a big piece of like craft paper on her table, and the kids just kind of drew pictures and they talked about the different things they were learning. And she just started like writing down their narrations. So if you have little ones, that's a super easy way to kind of get most of your exam questions just kind of done sitting around talking about them. And most kids I know, the feedback I've got from people who have done these kind of exams, their kids love it. Like it's so fun. It's different than the normal day. So it has that kind of new factor. But again, kids just love talking about what they know. You could have special treats for your exams. It's a different schedule than normal. So that always helps. And then we do like a showcase night. I've done different things. Sometimes we just do it for like dad. Sometimes we've had grandparents come. Sometimes one year they invited all the neighbor kids because they're like, oh, the neighbor kids have to come to our showcase night. And I'm like, I don't know how much they really want to hear you recite your Wordsworth poem, but sure. And I think that all the neighbor kids were like, when they're singing their hymns and stuff. But anyway, it's still cool. So, give them a chance to show off the knowledge, even if it's you have to Skype relatives that live out of town or something like that. So like I'll have my kids, we'll sing the hymn, we'll sing the folk song, they'll do the Bible verse, they'll recite their poem. Usually I'll have them share something that they like, either their nature journal or their narration notebook or a science experiment they made, like something. Pick something you did this term that you're super proud of, and they'll show it off. So that's a really fun way to kind of celebrate their learning. In the past, I've done it where I've given my kids like a gift that kind of went with something we were learning about. So like one year we learned, we did like Little House on the Prairie. And so I got them like the little house paper dolls. I've given them stickers, like things like that. They need a new notebook. So I bought them a new notebook. But it's just the fact that like, it's like, oh, present time, right? Makes exams super fun as well. It might be that after your showcase night or at the end of exam week, you have movies. So there's so many awesome movies out there that relate to the things that we've been studying. And so, just pop some popcorn and have a movie night about something too. So I think the key is just to celebrate. And that I really, when I got that mentality, really revolutionized my homeschool of, because it can get just a tad bit monotonous and long, right? We are on this like marathon of homeschooling. And sometimes you're like, okay, yeah, I've been doing this for like so many years now. Okay, I'm tired. But we have these little breaks and we celebrate. Oh my goodness, look at all the stuff that we've learned in the past 12 weeks. Oh my goodness, let's have a party. Our kids appreciate that. It breaks up the year into like these nice little sections. So it's not like, oh my goodness, if I can only get to May, right? When are May 180 days going to be over, right? That's way too long. So having these like short-term goals, okay, 12 weeks, I can do 12 weeks, right? Breaks it apart and it feels like you're accomplishing something, especially when you're able to look at their exams and go, oh my goodness, like, yeah, they did learn that. And, at first their exam answers are going to be random. I think someone posted in the Facebook group like this adorable story of her son's narration of a Cezanne painting, and it was so cute, right? I mean, they're going to make it their own, and it's going to have their personality. And don't expect them to, at the age of 7, give you an essay on the Civil War as their narration. Like it's just not going to happen. But they're going to talk about like somebody's getting shot and the bullet was lodged in his leg, and especially if you have boys, right? But the important thing is they made that their own, and that's what they're taking away from that. And they're not going to forget that. That's their knowledge. So, don't be stressed. I mean, the first time I did Charlotte Mason exams, I was like, oh my goodness, I am totally failing my children. They're going to grow up and live in my basement because they have not learned anything this whole term. And it was really interesting for me to go, oh, well, maybe I need to, do a better job of, because I wasn't really back then, of hearing their narrations every day and writing things down and giving a little bit more structure to our days and our lessons and reviewing and those kind of things that like, I just kind of it was all crazy for a while. Then once I got the exams, like, oh, wow, no, like if this is the results, then, I'm going to have to change things up a little bit, but have realistic expectations. Your kids are going to make it their own. And it's not going to be like, if you read volume 3 of Charlotte Mason in the back and the appendix. There's like sample exam questions. And I think all those kids were geniuses or something. I don't know. But like their answers to their exam questions are just amazing. It's like really easy to compare yourself to those and be like, oh, I'm failing, but take your kids for where they are and where they're at. And it is a long-term thing. And so it might not be from the end of this term to the beginning of the term, you're going to see this huge growth, right? But by the end of the year, to the beginning of the year, or the next year, their narrations and things are going to just keep improving. So kind of take that long-term vision and don't get stressed out about the day and day there.